All right, man. What's going on? We back. Goodfellas Sports TV. Appreciate everybody for checking in. Make sure that subscribe button, bell icon button, share the video. I'm gonna make a donation. That links in the description. But best way to help the channel is just share the video, share it somewhere, social media with a friend. You can check out our playlist from boxing, MMA to college sports, NBA, NFL, music entertainment, movie reviews. I did one last night. When I got the hook up too. I mean, we talk about everything. Just in case everybody ain't aware. Um, and don't forget to check out our sponsor, The Help Blaze, at thehelpblaze.com. Promo code Goodfella1 Boxing. Get you 18% off the 100% all natural products, lotion, soaps, foot soaps, bath bombs, deodorant, toothpaste, hair pomade, and much, much more. At website promo code description. And yeah, it's a lot to talk about today, boxing wise. And I left something out. I got a special boxing video I'm gonna end the night off with. And I just noticed August 1st, Hangout going away. So I got set my damn, I forget the name, but I don't use Streamlabs OBS. I forget what I use. I gotta reset it up. So I'll be resetting my mother setup up with the green screen or whatever I choose to, because Hangouts going away. Google got rid of Google Plus, Google Hangouts. Apple got rid of iTunes. So a lot is changing as we going into the year 2020. Even before we get there, they're making those necessary adjustments. But I see Broner is about to fight Redkach. The Lee Selby fight fell out. Pernell Whitaker passed away. I turned my phone on this morning, had a few text messages and IG messages and Twitter messages, and he got hit. He got in a car accident. Was it 10:30 last night? I think I said. And then obviously, I'm gonna ask everybody who they picking. Pacquiao or Thurman. Um, like I said, I got another boxing videos for the hardcore fans, man. It's a debate. Well, one of the debates we had a couple weeks ago. Um, so I'm excited. I might go to this fight, man. I don't have my demographic. It's probably not gonna be represented well in this fight. Maybe on the undercard, but it's a fight I might go to depending on where it's at. But Adrien Broner is gonna be back in the ring. I'm not sure, sometime in the last half of the year, maybe last quarter of the year. Versus Ivan Redkach. Now, Ivan Redkach got an upset victory over Devin Alexander, who was a southpaw. Devin Alexander is it's over with for him. It is. It's over with for Devin Alexander because I seen Redkach lost to Argenis Mendez. He got stopped by John Molina in 4 rounds. So I mean, like, unless Redkach should have been fighting at welterweight the whole time, but he hot right now. If Adrien Broner loses to Redkach, then I think it's pretty much over with for him. And then again, that slims down the pickings for Danny Garcia. Because if Danny Garcia don't fight Mikey Garcia, which I think they gonna fight. I don't know, just call it a hunch. I don't have no inside information. I think they gonna fight. Because ain't nobody else for Danny Garcia to fight unless he move up or somebody else move up to fight him. Unless Jamal James come back at the end of the year. Because John Molina, Figueroa, Dennis Yugas, Sergey Lipiets, Thurman Pacquiao, that's six welterweight. That's eight welterweights tied up just tonight. DeMarco, Jamal James, that make it 10 welterweights. I think that's tied up just the last 2 weeks. And then 12 will make Earl Spence, Sean Porter. If my math is correct, maybe I'm a little off, 10 or 12. And then, who else Danny Garcia fight? Now 13, 14 with Redkach and Adrien Broner. So really, it's really Mikey Garcia or across the street for Danny Garcia. That's just what it is. It's across the street. Boo's Putin, Colazo, well, Benavidez ain't going down to like somewhere, end of the summer, beginning of the fall. So Danny Garcia, maybe I do a video end the night off with. I'll make it a double video or end the video night off with what Danny Garcia gonna do. Because his career is pretty much in Danny Garcia control. Unless he just wanna take a soft touch and then get ready to rematch Keith Thurman Pacquiao or rematch Keith Thurman to take on a Pacquiao win. That's the only thing I can see. But whatever, She Times, I see you. Sports Talk, what's going on? LDTB, salute. Uh, Broner stayed getting chances. Yeah, I mean, he a name. Detroit versus everybody. Salute. United Soto Nation. What's going on, bro? He said when I came home from Army back to the 757, I wanted Sweet Pea to train me. I was wondering was the man still in the area. Turns out he was. Never got a chance to meet the local legend. This is devastating. He did. Only guy I remember him training for real was Zab Judah, and he trained Zab Judah when he lost to Amir Khan. I remember that fight. Amir Khan stopped Zab Judah with a body shot. But Zab was kind of fighting like Pernell Whitaker. But I don't think Pernell Whitaker was one of those guys. Just looking at how he trained Zab, he had to take somebody that's young with the right genetics to do that, or the right. He got to get somebody that young to teach him that style. That's kind of like Hakeem Olajuwon trying to teach a motherfucker like Bell McGee post moves. Like he need more of the Kevin McHale type. Pernell Whitaker, you can see the influence. Go back and watch Zab and Amir Khan. You can see the influence. Zab was spread. He was really trying to get low, and he just wasn't used to the style. Pernell was going to train somebody really, really young and take them from the beginning to really, use that style. And they kind of banned getting low like that. And that's another reason. I seen a little interview he had Radio Raheem. That's another reason why Pernell Whitaker, I think it will never be nobody like him. They don't let nobody get that low no more. I forgot when they banned that, but Pernell used to get real low, man. And like I said, I'll talk a little bit more about him, but he had to get somebody. If he was alive and really was coaching, he had to coach somebody from the ground up. I mean, 8 to 12 years old, because you're not gonna change. You ain't gonna teach nobody that style. Either you gotta get somebody young. Overhaul no Zab Judah. He sparred Zab when he was younger. He sparred Floyd when he was younger. Floyd also sparred Frankie Randall. Frankie Randall was the first man to ever beat Chavez Jr. Senior, excuse me. But I think Pernell Whitaker was the first man to actually beat him. But Chavez Senior had a loss on his record a long time ago, and they erased the loss off his record. Is the legend that said Caitlin Jones was going on. But with Broner, Redkach looked pretty good in his last fight versus Devin Alexander. He looked like a power puncher in that fight. So Broner don't let his hands go. Look like Redkach might let his hands go, but he already outboxed John Molina for 12 rounds years ago. So Broner depends on how much gas he got left in the tank. That's what it depends on Broner versus Redkach. But Redkach can punch, and if Broner really can't take a punch, or Pacquiao took something out of him, or he just Ronaldo to a salute. If he ain't got it no more, then Broner could be in trouble here if Redkach really move his hand. All Redkach gotta do is move his hands, work up and down, and just punch versus Broner. Now Broner, he can't pack with a little punch. I wonder if they're gonna do this at a catch weight or the full 147-pound limit. But obviously, the Lee Shelby fight fell off. Lee Shelby gonna fight a WC title eliminator versus Javier Fortuna. So possibly you can get Fortuna and Javier Fortuna, or Lee Shelby versus Devin Haney if he get past his opponent in his title eliminator. And then the winner possibly versus Vasily Lomachenko down the line. I know some talks of Lomachenko supposed to be moving back down. So I really don't know. But with Adrien, I ain't picking him to be ready neither. I'm not even messing with that fight, but he could win. He should win. Redkach got beat by some subpar competition at the lower weight classes, but he hot right now. He stopped Devin Alexander, and I think Devin Alexander just was done. You know what I'm saying? His last good fight was Marcos Maidana, and Maidana broke his nose, and he got addicted to opiates off of that nose injury. Man, Bev, what's going on? See, she said she got Pacquiao right now. If Pacquiao gonna win, he gonna stop him in the first 3 rounds. If Keith Thurman get aggressive, it's gonna be start with a body shot. Watch what it's just start with a body shot. It's gonna start with a body shot, or it's gonna be a counter left hand on the jaw. It's gonna be interesting. The first 6 rounds, Keith Thurman always the most interesting. He got 10,000. He said he got 10,000 knockout Pacquiao in under 3 rounds. So Pacquiao, if I'm him, I'm working on that shot to the sternum. Or I'm working, and remember, Collazo from the southpaw position hurt Keith Thurman with a body shot, and I didn't like the way that ended. I think that's how you figured out PBC really wanted Keith Thurman to be that guy, because like I said, I'm gonna go back to them 2 fights with Peter Quillin and Gabriel Rosado. They stopped that fight on some bullshit because Rosado was about to stop Quillin. That's what it looked like. He was dominating. They stopped it on for cuts. His cut wasn't even that bad, if I remember. And then that Keith Thurman Collazo stopped it. That was some fucking bullshit. That was some real bullshit. Real talk. They say Keith Thurman ham. They say his bacon that day. They say that nigga, man, because Collazo's about to park that motherfucker. And all of a sudden, Collazo get a phantom injury. He's gonna stop his ass. That's what I believe. But when that fight in Florida, if I'm not mistaken, I don't know where that fight was. I ain't gonna play. I thought it was in Florida, but for Broner and Reddick, I wonder. I wonder. Let me read it again. I wonder if it's gonna be a main event. It probably will. Let me see if it be a main event. Trying to see what they saying, man. But I don't think Broner want to go back down to 140. It really ain't no point to. Not to them killers go back, move up, and Visual Ortiz. I pick Mario Barrios to beat Adrien Broner right now. Definitely Visual Ortiz to beat him. There's no doubt about that one. Let me see what they say. It's badlefthook.com. So they said Broner Shelby. Oh, Coppinger reported. Let me see what else he got to say. Let's go to his Twitter page. How we call that motherfucker? Coppinger. I don't know. Shit. Mike C. That's what we're gonna call that motherfucker. Let me see what he said about it. Because I've been out the loop today. Benavidez and Palazzo, I knew that was going down. What the fuck he talking about Broner? He got a lot. Oh, he said a fight between Broner and Reddick is in the works for the fall. Broner will once again be looking to rebound, this time following a defeat to Pacquiao, where he was remotely competitive. And hold on. Excuse me. Lee Shelby gonna fight Javier Fortuna in the process of being finalized. The WBC lightweight title eliminator is slated for September in the UK. So Ortiz is a 47 now. He too big for. No, he going back down. He going back down from what I understand. That's what I heard. Sean, I see you. I don't want to see no Broner, no Kai. I don't know. I still pick Broner until Khan catches I still pick Khan until Broner catch him. But yeah, Victor Ortiz, I heard he's going back down to 40 to get a title shot. I thought I was watching 300. Now I don't know what I'm watching. Maybe this is a new movie. Some lady, this Khan. It went from 300 to Khan. So I was like, they had swords in 300 like that. But yeah, Broner don't beat Reddick. It is what it is. I wouldn't bet on Broner, but I don't care who he was fighting. He could fight an amateur. I wouldn't bet on Broner. So we gonna go down to 140 for because Hooker can beat him. Ramirez can beat him. All you gotta do is move your hands. Taylor can beat him. Progress can beat him. Barrios can beat him. Bridger Ortiz can beat him. You know, like the whole division can beat him. Rashid Muhammad, salute. A shout out to everybody in the Martial Arts Academy. All them motherfuckers can beat him. Appreciate it. They all of them could beat him. So I know we're ready to run for Broner. Broner trying to get the bag. I don't know why the Lee Selby fight didn't pick up. That really wasn't that big a size difference because Lee Selby started off at 35. That's why you gotta be looking at these dudes' box rates. Only reason I knew Lee Selby watched it, he started at 35. I think I watched one of his fights a long time ago. But Lee Selby scrolls down from 35 to 26. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these dudes be squeezing down to pad their record. You know, a lot of these dudes like Mikey Garcia, he was a 130 something. He was basically a lightweight as an amateur. He squells down to 126. So Mikey should have been a lightweight. Broner was another motherfucker. He should have been the lightweight. He should at least be starting off at light. A lot of these dudes squeeze down way below they actual fighting weight. And in the long term, it hurt them because you draining your body of fluid, especially your brain that's sitting in a lot of water. Javier Logan said, I can't bet on Broner no more. He never honed his skills and never took care of himself between fights. Now he don't got it no more on top of the lack of dedication. Nope. Nope. At the end of the day, you ain't lying, man. He just ain't no. He always had a problem in his fights. Even going back to the Daniel Ponce de Leon's fight, he always had a problem with moving his hands. And I felt that he lost that fight at, what was that, at 126 or 130? I mean, like he lost that fight. And Broner just never let his hands go. I remember the Gavin Reese fight, he didn't really let his hands go. Bro, they used to be big. They always been begging Broner to let his hands go. The difference was when he was down to 35, 30, when he was down those weight classes, Broner had one punch knockout power. He was bigger than everybody else. And on top of that, he was usually faster than his opponents. Antonio DeMarco, He was faster than everybody down there. He had 1 punch knockout power. When he jumped, even if he would have jumped to 35 to 40, that was a big gap for him. He didn't have the power no more. And he just didn't. He all that deficiency had always been there for Broner, not letting his hands go. Broner versus Berto, the two gatekeepers. Damn, that might be who Danny Garcia gonna fight next. Is Andre Berto. But Berto got a mandatory shot at Sean Porter belt. African King Broner should just get him property and retire from boxing. He gets stumped out. He owed 2-1, right? In his last 3, if I'm not mistaken. Let me double check. Hold on. If I'm not mistaken, let me see. Let me check his box rec. Yeah, yep. He lost to Pacquiao. He drew with Jesse Vargas. I was at that fight. I thought he lost. He lost to Mikey. The last time he won was 2 years ago. Over 2 years ago now. Was it to Adrien Granados, and that was a split decision. You know? So Adrien Broner ain't won in quite some time. He said Berto and Danny ain't fighting, they close. Shit, when Berto and Thurman never fought. Well, shit, Danny Garcia ain't got too many fucking options. It's either Mikey Garcia. We just counted the 12 or 14 welterweights in the PBC already done fought or gonna fight. Jamal James already fought DeMarco. DeMarco didn't look too bad moving up as a welterweight. Then you got 8 of them fighting this weekend. You got Ugis fighting Figueroa. You got Molina fighting Lippiets. We got 6 fighting this weekend in Pacquiao and Thurman. So that's 8. Then you got Porter and Spence. That's 10. So that's 10 welterweights. Then you got Broner and Redkach that's gonna be fighting. That's 12. So it's really the pickings are slim. Because Danny Garcia ain't gonna fight Terrence Crawford. That ain't what he indicated. He ain't gonna fight him. You know, who Victor Ortiz gonna come back? I heard he showed himself in the Pacquiao camp. He got a little case right now. I ain't gonna speak on. Josito Lopez and Danny Garcia. So it gotta be Lopez, Danny Garcia, Mikey, Danny Garcia, Berto, Mikey Berto, or let's Mikey try to move back down. Danny don't give a fuck about whether or not fighting or fighting a smaller guy. You ain't lying. They probably gonna find somebody real small. I'm surprised he didn't get ready. Jermaine Keith said about billions, my guy. Yep, you one of the last guys he got left. The niggas in Cincinnati. Shit, they tried to kill his ass. He lose to Reddick. It's over with. Like he ain't had a win in over 2 years. He gonna have to win. I don't know if it was underage. I don't think it was underage. I don't know. I ain't gonna speak on his shit. These niggas be suing niggas on here. I ain't got time for that. Garcia versus Jamal James would be a good fight. Yeah, stylistically wise, yup. Jamal James real range. He fought DeMarco fight this weekend, but that's made a good fight. The fight is not official. We know the fight not official. You know it ain't official. But it sounds like he back versus Ivan Reddick. Who else he gonna fight? Ain't nobody at 140 available. They're not gonna throw him to Barrios. Barrios to tear him up. He not crossing the street to the zone to fight Bridge Ortiz. Shelby fight is off. Lee Shelby gonna fight Fortuna in the UK. They gonna that'll be a tough fight for him. Fortuna real awkward. So I mean, ain't nobody too pretty much to fight. He said Danny fucks up Jamal James. That's probably why he fight Jamal James, because he can beat him. But you know what I was thinking watching Jamal James fight this weekend? You know what I was thinking? I was like, damn, Jamal James can fight at home, but Sean Porter can't. Sean Porter can't fight in Akron, Cleveland. Nobody gonna come. LeBron not gonna come. He can fight in Vegas, his adopted home. And only place he really can pull at is the Barclays Center if he fights somebody. Then Jamal James can pull out enough people at the Minneapolis Armory. But Sean Porter can't pull nobody. That shit crazy. He said Reddick got tore the fuck up by Farmer in 2016. Yeah, he lost to Farmer too. I stopped looking when I seen he lost to Argenis Mendez. I stopped looking. I stopped looking when he lost to Argenis Mendez. I promise you I did. And I seen him got knocked out by John Molina. Yeah, he did. He sure did lose to Tevin Farmer. I didn't see that one. And he got stopped by Den Chin and Chinian. The one that Mikey stopped for the WBC lightweight strap. Yeah, I seen that one. I kind of glanced over to Tevin Farmer, L. Damn, Broner don't beat this nigga. It's sad. Broner don't beat him. It's sad. But he might have been draining himself because the way he was punching versus that with Devin is old. But at lightweight, he's stopping niggas. It looked like, let me see. Oh, man, that was his first fight at lightweight. That looked like his first fight at lightweight. Hold on. No, nope. Second fight at welterweight. Yeah, he had another fight at welterweight. Yep, damn. He fought John Molina at welterweight. So, Broner lose to this nigga, man. I don't want to hear nothing else. Porter tickets be free and no one comes. Damn shame. Because Porter ain't moving in Ohio. He moved to Vegas way back, and niggas in Ohio don't know about him. I don't understand. I mean, if you grew up somewhere your whole life, shit, you should. Shit, Floyd can always go back to Grand Rapids. He was staying in Vegas for a minute. Then he fought the Nundu motherfucking in Grand Rapids and still did good numbers. Shit, I understand, man. Please, you know, Broner go back to Cincinnati, and everybody still know who Broner is. That shit crazy though, man. He can't even pull in Ohio. He be at the Cavalier games when LeBron and them was there. They be him and Kenny be on the floor. D Wright, salute. C Dub, salute. Him and Kenny be on the floor. You can't even fight in the Cleveland area. Cleveland ain't really got shit going on. Cavaliers suck. The Browns, they looking on paper, they look good. The Indians, they didn't make the World Series. You can't fight in Cleveland. Jamal James can pull people in Minneapolis. Tevin Farmer compared his style to Pernell Whitaker today. He been did that. They ain't even great value brand Pernell Whitaker. They ain't even save a lot for Pernell Whitaker, nigga. They ain't Family Dollar Pernell Whitaker. That ain't Soup Kitchen Pernell Whitaker. That ain't the Salvation Army Pernell Whitaker. That ain't the hood rat Pernell Whitaker. That motherfucker ain't nothing like Pernell Whitaker. But Billy did won't even be able to lay a fucking piece of leather on Pernell Whitaker. Fuck about it. That nigga be smoking dope. He said hi, but Ohio should know and rep can't go Kenny though. I don't want to hear that. Tevin Farmer, they should have put him right in his place. Right? Did Floyd say anything about Pernell Whitaker dying? That nigga's such a self-centered asshole. As weird as it sounds, Porter ain't got that swag though. See, you ain't make no friends in the hood. You ain't make no friends in the hood. You can't even put 10,000 people in Cleveland in the arena. That's crazy. Because Vegas definitely ain't fucking with you. Vegas is definitely not fucking with Tevin Farmer. I mean, with Sean Porter. Even Tevin Farmer can fight at the crib. I'm gonna see if Floyd said something about Pernell Whitaker. Yep, he did. He said RP Champ, one of the best fighters to ever do it. He said his photo was taken July 13th, 2019. They just met. I'm happy. I'm happy he said something about Pernell, man. For real. Because he had sparred Pernell, him and Zab when they was younger. Floyd sparred Frankie Randall too. Before, I mean, he said at the time he was outboxing the shit out of Frankie Randall. I don't know. I don't live in Cleveland, so I can't say why nobody messed with Sean. You know, like somebody African King said, maybe because he left Cleveland and didn't look back. Porter need his own YouTube show. You mean Kenny? Jack will say if Floyd put up a post about Sweet Pea, it's gonna turn into a post about Floyd. I'm glad he did. He said something to Pernell. Pernell talk about Pernell Whitaker now. Pernell was sweet as fuck. You know what I'm saying? I remember him and Roger Mayweather. They got into a fight before they got into the ring, and I think Pernell punched Roger in his chest or something. Somebody was getting their hand wrapped, and he punched Roger dead in his fucking chest. You know what I'm saying? I remember that shit. Hell yeah, I was like his 14th fight. You know what I'm saying? Pernell was the undisputed lightweight champion too. You know, he fought Chavez at welterweight, but they robbed him versus Chavez. But Like shit, they don't even let you get that low no more. Like Pernell. Pernell used to get like he was on the flow, you know, and you couldn't hit that motherfucker. And he was throwing in combination. John Black, Johnny Salute. And he was throwing in combination. Pernell Whitaker had defense, but he was a volume guy. He was a volume guy. He ain't had the best. He had great power, but he had that respectable power. And you know, he had them angles. You know what I'm saying? And he wasn't a motherfucker that was, you know, he wasn't no nigga that was on the back foot, you know, doing all that dancing all the time and just, you know, like, you know, that motherfucker would sit right in your face and you couldn't hit Pernell Whitaker. You know, you couldn't hit Pernell Whitaker. He'd be sitting right in your face. That's real defense right there. When motherfuckers sit in the pocket and you can't hit them, motherfucker just ain't like Keith Thurman, you know, dancing around the ring and bobbing and weaving. Pernell was up in your grill, throwing balls with you, pow, 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 throwing them hands, and he'd slip, miss. That motherfucker get low on the ground and shit. And Chavez was trying to hit him in the hip to stop his movement. Well, they can't say Pernell Whitaker ran for Chavez because he didn't. You know what I'm saying? He was moving laterally. He was moving laterally for Chavez. He was moving lateral for real. You know, Pernell was right in your face, give you, you know, getting low, moving. He was tough. He was tough as fuck, man. And yeah, nice little run. De La Hoya robbed him. He lost to Trinidad. I don't remember that fight. I seen it, but I just don't vividly remember it. And then somebody knocked him out in his last fight. Shit, that was after shit 2001. He almost been in the game over shit. It was almost 14, 15 years. You know what I'm saying? Pernell beat Oscar too, but got robbed. Yeah, he beat Oscar. Yeah, I remember that fight. I went back and watched that fight not too long ago. He did. He was beating Oscar. Oscar got a lot of motherfucking gifts. Oscar was Canelo before Canelo, and then you know Chavez was Oscar before Oscar. They all Hispanic, them money pulling Hispanics, the Mexican fighters. They always give them niggas a few gifts. Chavez was one of the few fighters who could punch Whitaker flush, but he got his ass beat clearly. He was trying. He got beat up by Curry. He was hitting that nigga on the hip and the body, and you know he was competitive. I won't say he just went in there and just got beat the fuck up. Yeah, he was competitive. It was a competitive fight. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna just say it just as far as the eye test. But Pernell beat the shit out of him. Yep, I was about to say that Oscar robbed Ike Cortez. Oscar got a lot of robberies. But don't get it twisted. Oscar can fight though. Oscar always ran out of stamina though. Oscar had a good jab. Real good jab. He had a solid left hook, but his jab was real good. But Oscar stopped throwing it after a while. He said, "Is that date and location for Spence Porter?" I ain't heard nothing about Spence Porter. I just heard September 21st. But then I heard Errol Spence tried to get it changed to LA. I heard that you know, Wilder and Ortiz got pushed back to November. Like, who cares? Like, just hurry up and get that fight over with. I think it's gonna be competitive. I think Ortiz going. This is last hurrah. Ortiz ain't got no choice but to show up and show out. But if that's in November, and then you know December, even in early November, December, January, that's like about 3 months out from the Tyson Fury February 22nd date. So I don't know if they're trying to line Fury and Wilder. I mean Wilder and Ortiz up with AJ and Ruiz too. So Fury for Wilder can fight the winner of that fight or fight Ruiz. I think that's what they're doing. You know, I know Vasal, I said Vasal. What's homeboy name? Usyk is supposed to be the WBO mandatory, so we'll see. I got a feeling Ortiz fight going to get canceled though. Could be, could be, could be. I wouldn't be surprised. Maybe they waiting on Ruiz to see what happens with Ruiz. They still ain't got no venue. Ruiz and AJ, they still trying to take it to the UK. Eddie Hearn done. Even if Anthony Joshua win, he's still done because he know he can't beat Fury, he can't beat Wilder. All he doing is he just holding up the inevitable. I forgot Hooker Ramirez is coming up in what next week. Yeah, I forgot about that fight. This weekend got a lot of fight. Reeves White, Dave Allen, David Price, Spilka. Uh, Spilka taking on Derek Chisora. You got Mike Lee and Caleb Plant on the Fox prelims, and then you got Molina and Lippiette. So that's gonna probably be fight of the night. Could be. Then you got Dennis Hughes versus Figueroa, which I would not bet on that fight if I'm any of you guys. Luis Nery fighting on the undercard. Then you got Pacquiao Thurman. Who you got, FN Jabway or Du Bois? I don't know. Too early. I can't tell you. Too early. I think Du Bois is a little bit ahead of him right now, but I don't know. He probably like 3-5 years away from that fight. I can't wait for it. Cool man said, "Man, what's up?" If AJ wins, then Eddie needs to put him in with Usyk or Dillian White ASAP. I would say Usyk. Dillian White gonna get fucking. Dillian White gonna get fucking manhandled. Dillian White gonna get the shit beat out of him. Yeah, the boys would beat fucking AJ right now, especially after what Weeze did to him. I like the boys. Where do I go to get Thurman and Pack? Get on the Thurman Pack fight? What you talking about? To get on? I don't know what you're talking about. He said Earl Spence the greatest fighter of his generation. Laugh out loud. Yeah, you laughing. You laughing. That nigga Porter beat him. I ain't. Man, y'all you niggas better hide. All you niggas better hide. If Porter's remotely close, he won't be. Earl Spence jab should take care of Porter. You got to check out Solomon, Chichinko, Bronze medalist with Josh Kelly twice in the amateur. Man, that's a lot to fuck remember. I ain't gonna remember his ass. I'm gonna have to see him fight. I don't even that fucking name. You have to copy and paste that bitch. Ain't no way you remember how to write that shit. Is Joyce doing going to duck the boys? Probably not. He ain't got no choice. Joe Joyce, he do got underrated defense though. I will say that. I just thought he ain't had no defense. Shit, Joe Joyce top 5 defender in the UK. That motherfucker slow as hell, but his combinations be flowing though. He can't punch like I thought he would. He fool for anybody. He fool for anybody because he don't punch. He ain't got no power. He ain't got no power. He's like got Porter beating Spence split decision. It shouldn't even be that close. It shouldn't be that unless he cut Spence, elbow him. But Spence jab too good. If Spence don't abandon his jab, he'll win that fight. Spence just got to throw the jab. Remember the name because he from Africa. He my countryman. I thought that nigga was from Russia with Solman Shevchenko. Man, I thought that nigga was Russian. I mean, let me look at that name again. That's a fucking. That look like a fucking European name. Solomon. No, I got caught up with the Sissoko. Maybe that's the part I got caught up on. Yeah, I thought it was Shevchenko or some shit. I'm gonna have to remember that name. Those Pacquiao Thurman tickets was high. Yeah, they sold for $300-$400. Regis Taylor winner versus Bud next year. Looking forward to that. That's where people see better than I sign Regis and Taylor. I don't know. I think Regis will go to top rank. Eddie Hearn was trying to sign Taylor. People say they want fighters to not cheers they owe. But AJ lose one fight and people saying he done. People crazy. I think he done. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. The way that motherfucker got pummeled by Ruiz, had that been Wilder, I just think I never thought he was a good fighter. I'm the wrong person to ask about Anthony Joshua. I always thought he was overrated. He can't fight for shit. I've been saying that. I was the first person saying he couldn't fight. The boys can fight. He young right now, but like AJ just never mentally checked in as a fighter to me. He always was saying some questionable shit. He was always sounding like a pussy and like he just never really jumped off me as a fighter. He was just jumped off me as a pussy. Real talk. I'm just telling you, I never thought, that he was a fighter. Even, motherfuckers like Broner conduct himself as a fighter, Pacquiao, Mayweather. A lot of guys conduct themselves as fighters. AJ was just a bitch. Real talk, like for real. Like I don't see too many bitches in the all time great list. They can say Roberto Duran quit, but he sure did move up and he fought Marvin Hagler at 160. You know, he quit, but I don't know if you classify that as, I just never thought he had heart. Now maybe that's what he just never seen to have heart. You know, Wilder may not fight or look like a classic boxer, but you can tell he conduct himself as a fighter. Fury, he may not, you know, he may look like the pudgy man, but he got that confidence. You think Bud resigning with Aaron? I don't think his contract up. I mean, I don't know. If he do, it's his prerogative. Why he got to go to the other side of the street? Earl Spence ain't fought nobody on that side of the street, so I ain't trying to hear that shit. Earl Spence just not fighting Sean Porter 3 years after Keith Thurman did. How is that something new? You know, the nigga Sean Porter had a draw with Julio Diaz. Some people lost. I remember watching that. He avenged that draw. He lost to Kell Porter. He lost to Kell Brook. Then he got beat by Keith Thurman. He motherfucker fighting Sean Porter 3 years too late. How is that something new? That side of the street shit just an excuse. I've been telling y'all that shit. It's an excuse. First it was he too small. Now he on the wrong side of the street. Well, Errol Spence on the same side of the street. And PBC got about 12, 13 prominent welterweights. And let me round them off. You tell me who he fought. Did he fight Jamal James? Did he fight Josito Lopez? Did he fight Andre Berto? Did he fight Victor Ortiz? Did he fight Sammy Vasquez? Did he fight Sergey Lipias? Did he fight John Molina? Did he fight who else I didn't say? I said Berto. Did he fight Danny Garcia? Did he fight Sean? Did he fight Keith? Did he fight Devin while he came back? How many more dudes they got over there? I'm trying to think. Did he fight Pacquiao? No. I'm doing this just off the top of the head. I know I'm forgetting a few guys. He didn't fight Jesse Vargas while he was active over there. Nope. He ran over to the zone. I know I'm forgetting some guys over there. Hold on. That's 11 so far. That's 11 so far. Hold on. That's 11. And I might be forgetting some dudes. Omar Figueroa. I don't think I said him. That's 12. That might be about it. I named some dudes that ain't even ranked right now, but they got popularity. Hold on. About 11 guys that's active or that's around active that he ain't fought. So I'm just tired of talking about this shit right now. Well, he ain't fight Porter neither. I think I said Porter. He ain't fight Porter neither. So who did Errol Spence fight on his side of the street? Mikey Garcia and Lamont Peterson. Peterson wasn't even a welterweight for real. It's just an excuse. Because at the end of the day, Canelo not on his block, not in his neighborhood, not in his city, he's not in his suburb, not in the metropolitan area to be exact. You know, that motherfucker in Michigan and Canelo was in fucking Kentucky. But he said he'd go over in Kentucky to fight him on his own. So as a fighter, you got in the social media age, battle rifle salute, you gotta watch what you say. In the social media age, everything being recorded, you gotta watch what you do, you gotta watch what you say. You gotta be real cautious in the social media era, man. You gotta watch what females you touch. You gotta watch everything, man. Freddie video telling about top rank contract. If you get a title, you get a title shot that will automatically extend your contract. Yeah, that ain't nothing. Yeah, I know that. Yep. Yep. Them contracts hot wired. Yeah, ain't nothing new. Yep. Yep. It's hard to get out them contracts for sure. Hard. Shit reminds me of the Don King contract. And the next year, Spencer will fight two of the big welterweight PBC. Porter will be the first. Then who? Danny Garcia? I don't want to see that shit no more. That shit could have happened 2 years ago. Keith Thurman Pacquiao winner, I'll take it. But if it's the fifth, we all be drunk. It's worth it to stay a couple more fights if you win a world title. But once your time is up, don't resign unless they cash you out. They don't have no choice but to resign or they put you on the shelf and you go through litigation. It ain't just like, Oh, I fought my last fight on the top rank. I could walk across the street. That's what niggas don't understand. It ain't like that. But I don't got tired of explaining that shit to people, man. It ain't that, oh, okay, I fought my last fight on the top rank. I can just go where I want. It ain't like that. They wait till you got one more fight left, and they say, either you sign this extension or we gonna shelf you. That's what y'all don't understand about the contract. Y'all thinking is, oh, I got one fight left. I'm just gonna I'm gonna fight my last fight, low champ. I'm gonna go over to PBC, and it shouldn't even have to be where you go over to PBC. It shouldn't even be like that because if he go to PBC and all his problems gonna be solved, then why Errol Spence wait? What, he had the title since 2017. He finally unified it 2 years later, over 2 years later. Come on. He been on the same side street with Danny Garcia, Sean Porter, Keith Thurman, Berto, Victor Ortiz, Jamal James, John Molina. Now Sergey Lipinets moved up. Floyd Mayweather. All these wonderful fights he been on the same side of the street with. He ain't fought them motherfuckers. He ain't fought none of them. So that debunks that same side of the street shit. Just say I don't think he gonna beat Chris Crawford. I just rather a lot of people just be honest. He said you can retire and come back and you won't be in the contract. That ain't true. It don't work that way. You still bonded to that contract. As long as that company's standing up, that's like the NBA or the NFL. You retire, that team that you retired on, if you still had a year left on that contract, unless they want to release your rights, you still the rights of that team. Same thing in boxing. If Timothy Bradley was to come back and he had 3 fights or 1 fight or 5 fight left on his top rank contract, his top rank contract automatically kicked back in. So it don't even matter. And it ain't that simple. You still bonded by that contract. We even mad about that shit. So what we saying about Charlo? Exactly with Jamal Charlo. Oh, he can not a power in his hand now. If Sergey Derevchenko get the title, the IBF, and if Al Heyman don't make Derevchenko and Charlo the first chance he get, I ain't got nothing to say about it. Because now Charlo can have 2 titles. Now Charlo will have 2 titles. So what's up, Don Banks? How was that? You still bonded to that contract. You signed the contract. Retirement don't end a contract. They still hold your rights. It ain't like, if it was that easy, Mikey Garcia just would have retired and came back. You know what I'm saying? He retired for 6 months and came back. They still got your rights. The same as the NFL, same as the NBA. They still hold your rights. When you come back, then your top rank contract pick back up unless they choose to release you. So yeah, it don't work that way. It don't. I know from basketball, football, I know it don't work that way in the same way in boxing. Because if it was that easy, Floyd Mayweather just would retire for a year, and he wouldn't have paid that $250,000 to Bob Arum to buy himself out. Once Sergey gets that expected Charlo fight to unify, it will be on the same side of the street. Hell yeah, yup. But it's up to Top Rank to say if they want to enforce that they want to continue on with you. Top Rank can release you anytime they want to most of the time. See, I know Needle Donaire, they just released him. They released a whole bunch of fighters like last year. Who you think has a better resume? Crawford. That is not even a question. It's not a question. Crawford. He got 8 titles. He got 6 world titles and 2 ring titles. It's not a question. That shit ain't even no debate. He fought 2 gold medals winner. How many Errol Spence fought? Fought Felix Diaz and beat him to a pulp. Diaz beat Sammy Vasquez, and he beat Lamont Peterson. They robbed him. He beat Lamont Peterson. After he beat Danny Garcia, he beat Lamont Peterson. He beat fucking Diaz into submission. Diaz was looking like Andre Berto after the Guerrero fight. That's when I knew. I was like, yeah, Crawford a bad motherfucker. I thought Diaz was gonna beat Crawford. Crawford beat the shit out of Felix. If you don't get a chance, go watch Crawford and Felix Diaz. Now Diaz had tried to rob him versus Sammy Vasquez. They brought him back to the ring. I don't know what happened to Sammy Vasquez at the Collazo. They brought him back to the ring, gave Diaz the victory. But Diaz beat Lamont Peterson. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. And Terrence Crawford just beat the shit out of that nigga, man. I cried watching because Felix Diaz is one of my favorite fighters. I always rooted for Felix Diaz because they did him wrong. He beat the shit out of Felix. I was rooting for Felix Diaz like hell over Terrence Crawford. He beat the shit out of that nigga. He beat that nigga, man. It was kind of like seeing your son, or it's kind of see like your dog in the fight. He just getting his ass whooped. He beat the shit out of that nigga. He beat the shit out of that nigga, man. He beat his ass. It wasn't no running. It wasn't no hiding. Diaz was trying to land that overhand right. And he landed it a few times on Crawford. He did. But Crawford beat the shit out of that nigga, man. He beat the dog walking shit out of that nigga. I'll never forget that fight. That shit was on HBO. Diaz, a PBC fighter. He beat John Molina too. I didn't watch that fight live. I was at work. But that Felix Diaz ass whooping that massacre, he beat his ass. He beat his ass. I was mad as hell. I hated Terrence Crawford for that shit. But I thought Diaz, I was like, yeah, Diaz gonna beat his ass. Blah, blah. Diaz came down to 40 man. Terrence Crawford. You couldn't even make a case. Joel Diaz had to throw that towel and he beat shit out that nigga, man. He beat shit out of Felix Diaz ass. Man, I ain't seen no ass whooping like that. And that was a good home old fashioned put you over my knee. He said I didn't think Diaz would beat Bud, but I thought Bud would win. But I didn't think he'd beat him that bad. Made you feel bad for you. Went, man, dude, that nigga, he beat his. That was a good old fashioned stomping, bro. That motherfucker took his belt off in the ring and basically beat my boy up like that, man. He beat his ass. I don't think people should assume Charlo PBC will be able just to get Sergey Derevchenko fight automatically. Who say ESPN or the Zone won't seriously throw money at Derevchenko, saw it in the game. Could. It's up to Al Heyman to match it, ain't it? If Derevchenko get a title and run away, I don't know what to tell Charlo. What about the Gamboa fight? The Gamboa fight was good. Gamboa wasn't no chump. Don't forget Mikey Garcia. That's the fight they offered Mikey Garcia as his last top rank fight, and he could walk free. And Mikey Garcia set out, what about 6 months? What about maybe 12 months or 13 months or maybe 8 months? Mikey Garcia set out and did litigation with top rank. They was gonna put him in there with Gamboa. Mikey never wanted to fight Gamboa at 26, at 30, even at 35. They offered the Gamboa fight to Mikey first, and Mikey refused it. A lot of people don't remember that. That fight would have got Mikey Garcia. If he would have beaten he'd have beat Gamboa. That would have got Mikey Garcia out his top rank deal. He refused to fight Gamboa. But Mikey did say that top rank had him making a set price. I think it was like 350K, 400,000, no matter how good or bad the opponent was. But Mikey refused to fight Gamboa. But I remember Gamboa refused to fight Brandon Rios under the same type of situation. Top rank, you just don't walk out of top rank. It just don't happen that way. A lot of people don't know that. Mikey Garcia avoided Gamboa like the plague for a few weight classes. Robert Guerrero didn't fight him either down there. I don't know why that didn't happen. Salido did. Salido beat Guerrero, but that was a no contest. What was that featherweight, super featherweight? I cried when he beat the shit out of Diaz. I shed a tear. Diaz came in at 160 versus Bud. Didn't matter though. Man, that motherfucker, man, he beat the shit out that nigga, bro. He was coming down from welterweight. He beat him like he beat him. He beat him like I can't even explain it, bro. Gamboa, Doug Rios too. Don't forget, I just mentioned that. Under the same contract, I don't blame that motherfucker. Brandon Rios, that motherfucker was a welterweight at lightweight. Remember Anthony Peterson? He fought him. Boxing life was going on, and Peterson, instead of just getting knocked out, Peterson low blowed the shit out of Rios to a loss. But yeah, Gamboa, he probably could have beat Rios, but he would have got dropped like 3 times. It would have been close. One of the worst ass whoopers I ever seen was Darbo versus Medvedev. Which one, the first or the second fight? The both of them motherfuckers was brutal. I watched the second fight. It was another fight on. I watched both of them at the same. I think it was a Charlo card or something on. I don't know what it was on. But I watched it was this year. I watched both of them at the same time. Medvedev was beating the shit out of Darbo the second time. The first fight was brutal too though. See, people act like Gamboa wasn't a beast. Dude was exceptional. Power, speed was a problem. Yeah, Gamboa was a problem. That motherfucker, he put a whooping on Salido. I remember that Ricardo Abreu fight versus Rios. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, they robbed the fuck out of Ricardo Abreu. Rios looked drained like a motherfucker. What about that Englishman? Was that the Englishman Rios fought? And Rios looked like a crackhead. Danny Crawford, Broner Khan. I don't want to see neither one of them fight him. Broner and Khan can kiss the game goodbye. Like Jada kiss. I think I cried when Dawson got knocked out. Y'all was mad when that shit happened. That's one of the reasons I probably don't like Andre Ward. Andre Ward really should have went up and fought Chad Dawson, but it is what it is. Yeah, Ricardo Abreu did beat him. Ricardo Abreu had a nasty style. Him and Miguel Vasquez. Miguel Vasquez beat Canelo, they say, one of the fights. They fought twice, I believe. First and second, both was brutal. It was it's a Mexican champion at 147 is all black options. 122 is all Mexican champions. 147 is all black champions. Gamboa was always skilled, but left himself open way too much, get countered too easy. But he'd get off that canvas and beat your ass, though. Y'all complain about the Cuban fighters being safety first, only throwing 1, 2, and maybe 3 punches at Mo. Gamboa was a hot boy. He said Joe Murray. That's what that motherfucking name. Rios like he was dead in that motherfucking bed for real. Joe Murray looked terrible, bro. I mean, Rios looked terrible in that fight. I think he ended up stopping that guy. Crawford Diaz was like Tyson and Pinkleton Thomas. Miguel Vasquez was Rob versus Harry Davis. Oh, they fought? They fought already? Did they fight? Damn, I knew they was fighting coming up. They just using that motherfucker as a they just using that motherfucker as a UK stepping stone. You lose to Harry Davis, you need to retire. He sure did. He lost some point. Damn, I didn't even know they fought. Shit, I ain't hear nothing about that. Yeah, Chad Dawson was tight. He cleaned out that 175 division. Didn't he clean up Tarver? Cleaned up Thomas Adamick. I think he cleaned up Glenn. He cleaned up all them old niggas. He beat Thomas Adamick when Floyd Cedar was in this corner. I mean, he got knocked down almost every fight. Yeah, he did. He did. So did Trinidad. Felix Trinidad was he said, or Harry Davis was barely. Or Harry Davis is garbage. Or Harry Davis ain't got no footwork. Or Harry Davis ain't got no footwork. He said it's not showing out here in Cali. I caught it on the cable box. They got it on demand. It wasn't no. This is a hood movie. I'm gonna support black movies. It was a hood movie. It had it had some funny scenes. DC Young Fly did his thing though. And Fat Boy SSSE. They did their thing. Master P need to get on their own little movie. Dawson beat Hopkins 2 times. Oh no, the first time that nigga said my shoulder. It was the first one was pay-per-view. I remember my friend mama ordered. I told her ass not to order that shit in the first round. Or was the first and second round? One of them rounds, Bernard Hopkins, Chad Dawson picked him up, and Bernard Hopkins claimed he had a separate shoulder. Bernard Hopkins found a way out. Then the second fight, he got beat up. Yeah, War KO Dawson. Dawson came down in weight. That was his downfall. Yeah, the Boondocks coming back. I heard. I mean, even with Trinidad, the guy actually had great skill, could box and brawl, all around great fighter. Yeah, but his ass is always on the fucking canvas. Always on the canvas. De La Hoya boxed him for a few rounds, and then he thought he thought he had to fight in the bag and start cruising. They gave that shit to Trinidad because he was being aggressive. But who y'all got winning? Pacquiao or Thurman? Who y'all got winning? Pacquiao or Thurman? Dawson just fought a couple weeks ago. It's over with for Dawson, bro. All right, that nigga was working at Home Depot or something. It's over for Chad Dawson. Yeah, we all got Pacquiao Thurman. Dawson just fought. Okay, I read that one. War versus Lil GSC. G didn't want it. Yeah, he didn't want it. War beat shit out of him. I'm not sure Andre Durrell wouldn't have beat him at 168 at one point in time. The one that fought Froch or Abraham. He said I got Thurman by unanimous decision. Yeah, I think it's gonna be an 8-4 or I got Thurman by stoppage. If I was a bet man, I'd probably bet on Thurman by decision. 8-4. My train of thought go either Thurman by knockout, Pacquiao by stoppage, Thurman by points. That's how I look at it. Because if Thurman be aggressive, Pacquiao can hit him with a body shot or on the chin. Pacquiao can't cut the ring off. It's going to be easy knife. It depends though. So if Keith Thurman come looking for the knockout, Pacquiao can knock him out to the body or to the head. Pacquiao, he's smarter than niggas getting credit for. Dr. Blake was going on. He said people think the boys beats everyone. Bar Fury and Keith. Bar Fury and Keith got the. Yeah, the boys ain't beating no fucking Wilder though. He might have problems with a guy like Usyk too. They two seasons. It's Fury, Wilder, Usyk. I think he beat. I think Joe Joyce would be a good step up for him, fight for him. As the days go by, I'm going with Manny. I just saw a video of Keith Thurman getting handled in sparring. Sparring ain't shit. If I would have showed you a video of Lamont Peterson breaking Floyd Mayweather ribs and beating his ass in sparring before the Marquez fight, before they rescheduled it because he broke his ribs, you probably would have said, "Oh, Floyd Mayweather gonna lose to Marquez." And what did he do? That nigga didn't even lose a round. Sparring is you can't go on sparring. Cause remember, Mama's boy said Chris Eubanks Jr. looked bad in sparring, and he went out there and down. And his own sparring partner picked James DeGale to beat him, and he went out there and he beat the shit out of James DeGale. I don't go by that sparring shit. That sparring shit, man. You don't know if a nigga out of shape, had a bad day, baby mama got on his nerves. You don't know where his head at in sparring. A lot of times niggas this generation of guys, they be in sparring, they be trying to cut weight too. The nigga did a whole workout. You know, his nigga done ran 4, 5, 6 miles. You know, the nigga done did some chin-ups, some calisthenics, push-ups, dips. Motherfucker did some resistant bands, and he take about 3, 4 hours off, little nap. He re-up, and then he got to go spar later on. Man, nobody got no time for that. If that's the case, then why niggas don't work out before they go to a real fight? A lot of niggas be cutting straight. A lot of the sparring partners, they don't be having no fights coming up. They just come in around the way. Motherfucker just ate a whole motherfucking pack of rummy noodles and motherfucker they ate some hibachi rice and shit. That sparring shit is bullshit. Ronnie Wood first was going on. Unless somebody get knocked out of sparring, like, or they get beat up like the boys did Alexander Povetkin. Thurman from 3 years ago with White Florida with Josita Lopez. He was gone for 23, 22 months. None thing I know about that fight. He used that jab versus Lopez. He used that jab and the straight right versus Josita Lopez. You can't find too much tape of Keith Thurman throwing three jabs and 3, 4, 5 jabs in a row. Floyd and Keith ain't the same though. No, they ain't the same. Obviously, Keith Thurman is way more offensive than Floyd Mayweather. But the consistent is that they both use the ring and Pacquiao can't cut the ring off. That's the difference. Pacquiao, Thurman gonna give you more chances to hit him. Floyd won't. Ronnie Boy Fresh, what's going on? Anuyua and Lubin be damn near killing their sparring partners. So they Triple G. They had a video of Tony Harrison sparring Triple G with a football rib cage on him. Manny might make it a hard fight though, because he juiced up for this one. Could be. Yes, Oliver McCall is back fighting for a check. Oliver McCall. I think crying still. Lubin go to the gym to gym beating jokers up. And what happened? He did all that ass whooping, and then Charlo rubbed his chin. He went to sleep. All that ass whooping. He was talking all that shit before all of a sudden now, oh, I had a hand injury or what he said, shoulder. Ain't nobody trying to hear that shit. Ain't nobody trying to hear that shit. Do all that talking, and all of a sudden I had an injury. He said, I think Pac outworked Keith Thurman for the victory. I don't see that. Pacquiao he looked bad versus Broner. If Broner would have he would have threw that left hook some more, that lead left hook, or he would have check hooked that motherfucker. Broner, and put that right hand behind it. Broner would have won. Keith Thurman gonna use that left hook, and instead of just putting the right hand behind it, Keith Thurman gonna make it complicated. Keith Thurman gonna left hook, right hook, uppercut combination. That's what I tell you. It's gonna be left hook, the right hook, uppercut combination. Or just the left hook and the right hook when he should just keep a simple left hook, right hand, straight right hand down the pipe. Thurman will start off aggressive on the front foot to get a good lead, and he'll box later. And I wonder if he gets credit in Vegas for boxing Pacquiao. And that's why I said 8-4. If he don't drop him 7-5. He might stop Pacquiao early. I wouldn't put it past him. I'm picking him to stop him early or get stopped, one of the two. Still think Marquez beat Bradley. Was just watching that fight. Yeah, I ain't watched that fight again, but I thought he won. But Pacquiao can't cut the ring off. Trying to tell y'all niggas that right now. He got problems with cutting that ring off. Even the Broner fight, he was sloppy. Watch what I tell you. Keith Thurman left foot gonna put Pacquiao. He gonna get his attention. I expect him to stop. He should stop him. If he don't, I don't know what to say. Ponytail Keith going to punish Washer Pacquiao. It's a wrap. About time to send him to the pasture. He should. He should. Pacquiao ain't that good going backwards neither. He should stay on the front. AB was sharp versus Pac. He just wasn't busy enough. Man, that motherfucker don't move his hands. That motherfucker. Keith Thurman gonna show you what to do with that nigga. Jeff Horn didn't get outworked. Jeff Horn was like fucking 20 pounds heavier. But Jeff Horn put him on the back foot though. I think a lot of people think Keith Thurman gonna be aggressive early and then be on the back foot and Pacquiao gonna catch up. Pacquiao don't know how to cut the ring off. All them years of Freddie Roach and you don't know how to cut the ring off. Remember against Cotto, Floyd made adjustment. He was having problems with Cotto's jab. So he started stepping to him and walked down Cotto. Yeah. Cotto strong. Cotto used his strong hand as his jab. I can't remember. I don't know. Cotto. I think Cotto used his left hand as his jab. He a natural lefty. I think it is. I don't mind this fight, but I honestly want Pac and Spence. Why do you want Pac and Spence? I don't get that. I don't get that. Don't mean nothing to me unless Pacquiao beat Thurman. You ain't gonna get no credit for beating no old Pacquiao unless he iced Thurman. Spence gonna beat the shit out of Pacquiao. Mike, this is the way he looked versus Broner. He gonna beat shit out. I mean, look what Jeff Horn did. Now Earl ain't as irky jerky as Jeff Horn, but he beat the shit out of Earl. I'm out of motherfucking Manny Pacquiao. I don't want to see that shit. Keep Thurman and Spence, make it happen. If nothing else, he ain't gonna fight Bud. Neither one of them make it happen. Pacquiao versus Madonna would have been a great fight. It'd have been good. Most fighters at welterweight don't know how to cut the ring off. I know Earl and Danny can. So. Danny Garcia can't cut the fucking ring off. You smoking dick. Danny Garcia can't cut the ring off. Earl can. And I seen Crawford do it a little bit when he have to because he closed the distance. He closed the distance on Diaz's ass. He beat shit out of him. But Danny Garcia can't cut the ring off to save his life. If he could, he'd have beat Keith Thurman. If he could, he'd have beat Keith Thurman. True Pac had fast feet, hands, and ankles, but they confused it with being able to cut the ring off. Yeah, because he dictated. He was always on the front foot. Same thing with Lomachenko, man. If you look at Lomachenko tape, let me spot some water up here. If I don't, I'll be mad as a motherfucker. I'll bring it like fucking 4 or 5 waters up here. So I got rid of my refrigerator out my room. Gotta give me another one. I'm gonna teach my dog to be a service dog. Watch. I'm gonna have that nigga bringing waters and shit, and I don't drink beer no more. I'm gonna have that nigga getting waters and company beer and shit. Watch. I'm gonna have that nigga doing all types of shit. I'm looking at getting me a bulldog. They ain't gonna like that. My girl, them, they want a little small little motherfucker. All right, no, I'm gonna name my boy. If it's a girl, I know I'm gonna name her. It was a sad day for Golden Boy Promotions this weekend. I know. All right, a lot of dudes got upset on that card. Ray Vargas, oh my God. I know who the motherfucker brought him up the other day. I knew who he was, but I didn't. It took me 5 seconds to see that nigga fight. I said, oh yeah, I see him fight before. I turned that shit off. It was on Facebook. Freddie Loco was streaming it. I ain't trying to snitch on the nigga. He got a nice little Facebook channel. What weaknesses do you see in Earl game that Bud can explore? Everything. 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 All you gotta do is punch in combination on Earl Spence. Earl Spence got that cover up on him. Push Earl Spence backwards and throw combinations. Do what Mikey didn't do. Use your speed. If you can take away his jabs, another thing too. Earl Spence let you work. Earl Spence got that cover up peekaboo style. If you throw more than 3 punches, Errol Spence is going to a shell. Now, he will punch with you, though, so you got to be careful. Every now and again, he'll punch you between your combinations. But that peekaboo style uppercut, you know what I'm saying? And he square up a lot. So it depends on if Errol is in the orthodox, his straight right hand is gonna be important. Errol Spence square up a lot. He green as fuck. He a bad motherfucker. Don't get me wrong. But the longer they wait to make that fight, the better he gonna get. He a good fighter though. I ain't gonna take nothing away from him. He a real good fighter. He gonna get a lot better than what he is, especially if you keep him away from dangerous fighters. Floyd probably the best boxing mind ever. Pacquiao ain't bad. You know, I see Pacquiao do some sweet shit. He fought Shane Mosley, and when he dropped Shane Mosley, he anticipated a punch. I think it was a straight left hand. He was setting Mosley up. I think he was throwing a jab or he'd feint, and Shane Mosley would try to use lateral movement to beat Pacquiao. And he knew he kept seeing Shane Mosley was ducking his chin to his right. He was dipping to his right hand. And Pacquiao anticipated that shit. He threw the left hand before Shane Mosley chin got there. Made Shane Mosley chin at the spot. He dropped Mosley. Pacquiao ain't no dumb fighter now. he ain't no technical marvel, but he ain't no idiot though. I seen him do that shit against Broner too. That left hand you gotta watch out for Pacquiao. He square up a lot too. A lot of southpaws tend to square up. If you ever noticed it, a ton of southpaws square up. A ton of southpaws square up. A lot of them square up. Errol Spence square up a lot. He didn't calm it down a little bit, but he square up. Crawford would take Spence jab away just like Crawford did Postal. But difference is Postal got a really good. Ukrainian ain't got too much shit in the bank. They real upright and stiff, you know. But I remember Andre Ward took Chad Dawson jab away. There's a couple ways you can take a jab away. You can counter it over the top. You can jab with the jabber, which they say don't do that with some if you don't think your jab better, but you can, you know. I seen Keith Thurman feigning jab versus Lopez, and the nigga ain't landed. He ain't landed the jab all night and throw it. Was it versus Lopez? He feinted the jab. No, I wasn't versus Lopez. It was versus Danny Garcia. He feinted a jab, and Keith and Danny Garcia went from the. I said this nigga, he ain't landed the jab all night to the head. He feinted the jab, and Danny Garcia went for it, and he landed a big overhand right, straight right over the top. I think it was. Excuse me. Man, that motherfucker, man. I was like, Danny Garcia, you got to be the stupidest nigga on the planet. I said, you got to be the stupidest nigga on the planet. He said Bud square up a lot because he switched lefty and righty. But he don't square up as much as Errol Spence do. Bud always switching lefty and right. When any nigga that switch here, you can catch him switching. The Durrells do it. Anthony Durrell switch up. They don't glorify that, but he switch up. He know when to switch up though. Durrell, I think it's Anthony. Durrell, he being a southpaw, and then you get into a clinch. He'll wrestle his opponent, and then he goes to the orthodox position. Yep. Durrell switch up. I think it's Anthony Durrell. He switch up real good. I would say he switch up better than Bud, and especially a lot of Bud earlier HBO fights. That motherfucker. Bud is Bud, but Bud bad motherfucker. Ponytail ain't coming back until some. You ain't lying. Ponytail ain't coming back. And Keith Thurman win this fight, man. He might not come back next year. If this fight do a million pay-per-views, Keith Thurman done. Abel said Canelo doesn't need Triple G. He don't. The zone need Canelo on Triple G. You can take away the jab by knocking down the jab hand with your hook like Ortiz did to Wilder and Ruiz did to AJ. Yeah, that shit work with a nigga. That work with a motherfucker like AJ and Wilder. That motherfucker work for niggas like them. A real boxer motherfucker like Errol Spence or Bud niggas that season, they ain't gonna let you just do it like that. Ortiz did do that shit from the southpaw position. You know what I'm saying? Ortiz was countering Wilder jab a lot too. But that shit ain't gonna work with no season, nigga. I remember watching Roy Jones. I think it Montel Griffin? He was beating the shit. Montel Griffin was beating Roy Jones. And I think Roy started jabbing at his shoulder. I think it was the fight. Roy was jabbing at the nigga's shoulder. And he debilitated his shoulder. And Montel Griffin couldn't lift his shoulder back up. And then Roy started going to work. That shit was genius. I had never seen that done before. I'm pretty sure it had been done before. I think it was the Montel Griffin fight. He jabbed the shit out his shoulder. Porter versus Madonna, fight of the year. That's the only way I can say. Madonna got more power, but I think Porter a stronger fighter. I don't know who will win. Bud got the speed, but he ain't as strong as Earl. That's a lie. That's a big ass lie. That's a huge lie. That's a huge lie. Earl Terrence Crawford ain't no small nigga. I don't know why niggas believe that. Look at his legs. Crawford ain't no weak ass nigga. That's a strong little. That's a strong little wiry nigga. I don't think that strength factor. That strength factor, like it ain't as big as y'all think it is. Because if that's the point, then why didn't Earl just pummel Mikey like that with his strength? Omar Figueroa switched up a lot. He has his hands full with Yugas. He got beat Yugas this weekend by probably robbery. Scrapbook boxer salute. He says RP Sweet Pea. Yeah. He probably going. I wouldn't bet on that fight. I wouldn't bet on none of the fights this weekend. If I had to give a clear, if I had to get an upset of the weekend, if I was picking an upset of the weekend, it would probably be Oscar Rivas over Dillian White. But I wouldn't bet on that. The fight of the weekend is either going to be Molina and Lipinets. I think Thurman Pacquiao maybe for a minute. It's going to be really good. And there's another fight. I think Dave Allen and fucking David Price. I'm going to straight watch that shit. I don't care what y'all say. I'm watching that shit. I heard Tony Yoka won today too. This is his first fight back since not taking his 20,000 drug test. Y'all tripping. Keith Thurman has a dream to be the best number one welterweight. He fights Smith next year. Both belts winner will be undisputed. Keith Thurman going away, bro. Keith Thurman win this fight. He going to the Bahamas. He going back to Nepal. That's Shea Fish 101. Keith Thurman going back. Keith Thurman. If this fight do 1 million pay-per-views, don't even think about seeing Keith Thurman. Shout out to Ricky in the super chat salute. If this fight do 1 million pay-per-views and Keith Thurman get about $20 million, man, don't expect to see that nigga back in the ring like Errol Spence. He made his bread in March and came back and probably gonna come back in September. Keith Thurman ain't coming back till September 2023. Roy did that to Eric Hart and tear his bicep. I can remember what fucking fight it was. It was one of the fucking fights. Beat shit out that nigga arm. Bud ain't no slowest weak nigga. I'm trying to tell y'all that. Y'all think, oh, he look, man, please. Errol Spence might not even be the strongest welterweight. That shit might be somebody else. It might be Sean Porter. It might be. I ain't saying just because you're strong don't mean you're gonna win. Don't get that twisted. But shit, he ain't. I mean, Trinidad was a big guy. Hearns was a big guy. You know what's strong gonna get you? Unless you pressure a motherfucker. If you don't pressure Bud like he pressure Mikey Garcia, it really ain't gonna take an effect until somebody get tired. He said, "Yo, Roy was teaching some guy how to use the jab to intercept the left hook versus southpaw. Keith gonna Keith get a million pay-per-view buys. Keith ain't coming back." He said, "Man, a lot of people pick Lamont Peterson to outbox Lippies, and all of a sudden when Lippies retired Peterson, he was done because of the Spence." I was one of the motherfuckers. I really was because remember Lippies fought Eric Bonet, whatever the fuck the nigga name was. Eric Bonet outboxed Lippies for 12 rounds or 10 rounds. That was a fucking gift decision. I didn't think Lippies won a round. Me and Corey Lee both said that shit. So I didn't see that performance coming from Lippies, but you gotta know, you know, you're gonna have good nights, you're gonna have bad nights. You know, you're gonna have good nights, you're gonna have bad nights. And you ain't I was definitely one of the motherfuckers that said that. I said, yeah, Peter. I was definitely one. Lippius beat the shit out of Peterson. Man, I was mad as hell, but Lippius pretty good fight. He just ain't got no footwork. Bud man and Jeff Horn so strength and stuff, it's out the window. Kell Brook was strong. Yeah, Kell Brook he didn't really use his physical strength like that, but Kell Brook was strong. Kell Brook really didn't have a lot of good feet. He's a good fighter. Spence Jr. fans gonna be sick of ponytail forcing Spence Jr. to fight Boogeyman. But I told you, Spence said he said he not gonna fight that nigga Bud unless it's for undisputed. So he said if he don't get Keith Thurman, then he might go for Bud. And I heard him also say that if he ain't get undisputed, it don't sound like he's fighting Bud. So he don't know what he gonna do. He said wrestlers are stronger. You ain't lying, bro. Wrestlers stronger motherfuckers out there. Crawford's son wrestled too. You could tell Bud got a wrestling background. The way he handled Jeff Horn, that shit was I thought Jeff Horn was gonna be more competitive. The Keith Thurman hate is real. Take 2 years off in the game, miss you bad. Keith Thurman did it to himself. He keep mocking niggas and shit. Yeah, I'm ducking. He mad cause I'm ducking him. Well, how you supposed to think people supposed to feel about that nigga? How you supposed to feel when somebody openly admit to ducking somebody? How are we supposed to feel about that? I wouldn't be surprised if somebody caught Keith Thurman in the street and tried to stick him up. Don't steal nothing. You know what I'm saying? Just tell you. I think Danny and Thurman was close. I do. I just watched that yesterday. But I thought Keith Thurman clearly won it. Though. That was a good fight. If Danny Garcia used his jab more, he probably could have won that fight. I just watched John Lee and Redkach fight. Yeah, Redkach and Broner lose to him, but he did just. Devin was old, but I watched that Devin fight. I don't know. It seemed like that motherfucker put something in his gloves now. F-Way has a tough fight Saturday versus Turkish Olympian, 11-0 and 10 knockout. Damn. I'm about to watch that shit. That's probably going to be on the Fox prelim. Crawford's son is like number one in his age in the country. That little nigga look just like him, too. Yeah, that wrestling shit, that's huge in like Nebraska, Iowa, shit like that. A lot of black schools in Detroit, they don't have wrestling. They should. The suburban schools had it. They got the best stamina and shit. Them and boxers. Who's Pooh might be the strongest welterweight. I watched a little bit of him. I gotta watch some more. He do look strong. I'm calling. I'm gonna start calling Keith. Oh shit, what's going on? I respect Bud. He a good family man. He gonna be a good. He gonna be a good. Y'all gonna have to put some respect on his name. Watch. Sean, I told you I will blow your head off talking. Shut up. These niggas going for it. Salute all the high school wrestlers. Yeah, I ain't do that shit in high school. My dad was a high school wrestler. What up, Kurt Sugar? I see. I ain't do that shit. I ain't have it until my last school. I ain't have it. You gotta make weight and everything for that shit. Them big ass niggas just be on the track all day, cold as fuck on the track. Oh yeah, Lopez do fight Saturday versus that Japan dude. Remember the last motherfucker looked like that Japan dude? He gave Rickendall. That nigga was giving Rickendall the bill. I think he dropped Rickendall like 1 or 2 times. Another tall Japanese dude. Man, I think everybody was looking at Teofimo Lopez get put on his neck by that nigga from Detroit. But he had dropped Lopez, but Lopez got back and whooped his ass though. He got off the canvas like he woke him up. I should have kept at it. I would have won. I got a championship. They had a nigga with no legs beat niggas in wrestling. I don't know how that shit was going on. I ain't about to lose to no nigga with no legs. I ain't losing no nigga with no legs. And I ain't wrestling no chick neither. Better pinch that bitch nipples. grab her by her pussy, put her on her neck, do the Donald Trump, call my special move the Trump suplex. the Trumplex. Straight grab her ass by her private area. Put her on her neck. We got Keith Thurman. Who got Manny Pacquiao this weekend? Let's bet something. Y'all gotta be joking. Y'all really ain't beefing this, y'all. He called you a Malibu most wanted gangster. You gonna take that though? Who got Manny Pacquiao? They keep underestimating Crawford. Hey, that's the first he was too small and I ain't the wrong side of the street. I'm gonna tell you when I noticed. I noticed that nigga was a bad motherfucker. I ain't used to like the motherfucker. I used to like him at first. Then I don't know. I didn't like the motherfucker at the second time. But when he beat the shit out of Felix Diaz, I had to respect it. He beat Diaz. I'll pick Diaz to win. I ain't gonna lie. I picked Diaz to beat his ass. Then when he beat Diaz's ass, I was like, okay. I had to respect him. Like I had like, okay, that nigga bad. He beat that motherfucker to a submission. He beat Diaz by country. He beat him like he stole something. When he beat Jeff Warren like that, and I watched that Jeff Warren shit, he beat Jeff Warren like that. I said, oh yeah. I said, yeah, he a problem. He handled Jeff Warren like he was a fucking paperweight. He played with Jeff Warren, bro. He played with Benavidez, truth be told. Terrence Crawford be playing with them niggas, man. I don't know why, but he played with Benavidez. He could have got Benavidez. I said that during the fight. I said, hey, you know what? I said he played with Benavidez. They thought I was lying. I said he carried him. He carried Jose Benavidez in that fight. The Jeff Warren fight, I really didn't notice it until I went back and watched it. But the Jose Benavidez fight, I said he playing with that nigga. I said he can get him out of there when he want to. I said that. I was like, yeah, I said we was on live. I said he can get him out there when he want to. Yeah, Adrien, yeah. Lamar Pearson had went the distance with him before that, I think. But it wasn't nothing like that motherfucking Felix Diaz. Because Felix Diaz, I respected him. I respected Felix Diaz. And the reason you ain't heard nothing from Felix Diaz, he was in that unofficial WBC tournament that Holyfield was hosting. And I don't know what happened. I got to ask. But I noticed that Jose Benavidez fight, he played with that nigga. I'm a bad motherfucker, man. Terrence Crawford remind me of them old fighters. He remind me of them old fighters, man. Them Tommies and the Ray Leonards, and like he liked to fight. He might sometimes he might be too good, might be too brave for his own good. I noticed that on tape sometimes, but he can fight. He best welterweight I seen, man, in a long time. He is best welterweight. I think he's strong. He bad. Mayweather wasn't as offensive at welterweight as he was at lightweight and super featherweight, but offensive. He's serious, dude. That nigga's a killer. He said Crawford fights just like Mike McCullough. He got them Pernell Whitaker eyes too. One of them fights, he opened his eyes up real wide. I said he looked like Pernell in that motherfucker for a minute. It was a lightweight fight. He looked like Pernell Whitaker. He had them wide ass, silver dollar eyes. Pernell had his eyes open. Pernell had real good vision. Floyd had good vision too. You know, vision is underrated. One of them Charlos was fighting legally blind. I think it was Jamal. Bud reminds me of Sweet. Yeah, his eyes. My eyes. I remember somebody brought that up. We was talking boxing one day in the gym. He brought that. He says, "I now look." And I looked at the fight. I said, "Yeah, he do. He do his eye. He all looking all wide and shit." Yeah, hey, Bud, they let that nigga out the K. He gonna beat somebody. Him and Regis Progress and Taylor, that'd be a good fight. But I don't know how much dog Regis Progress got. I assume, and the assumption to get you in trouble, I assume Regis Progress got a lot of dog in him. Oh, Diaz lost in the tournament versus Francisco Santini. He looked trash after the book. Man, he got his ass whooped in that fight though. But what's that boy name? I can't remember what I was talking about. Plant did, yeah, Plant. No, I don't know what you're talking about. Plant. It was something at the gym. Yeah, but slap David. That's gonna be a good ass fight. If Spence beat Bud, will you crown him as the best welterweight in a long time? Curious. The best? Yeah. I mean, if you beat the best, yeah, why not? Depends on how you beat him. If he beat him like a Mack truck running over a dog, then shit, he go down as probably above Oscar at welterweight. That might that you know to be honest, that might be that might be a better win than any Floyd Mayweather welterweight win. Because remember he fought Canelo at 52. So yeah, that'd go down to better than any Floyd victory at welterweight. That go down as any better victory victory Pacquiao had at welterweight. Either way, Pacquiao ain't beat no Earl Spence and no Crawford because everybody he fought, Miguel Cotto, he drained him and he came off that Margarito fight. Arguably, he lost to Joshua Clottey coming off a Clottey fight to get the Pacquiao fight, and then he ended up beating Clottey down the line. Ricky Hatton had already got beat up by Floyd. Shane Mosley had already got beat up by Floyd. De La Hoya got beat up by Floyd. He drained him. So yeah, in my opinion, I think that's either Earl Spence versus Terrence Crawford. That's better than any. Well, especially if they don't drain each other, catch weight or whatever. They fight at 47. It's unification. No 10-pound rehydration rule with the IBF. That's a better victory at welterweight than anyone that Floyd and Manny had, in my opinion. Oh yeah, Benavidez Collazo. Yeah, I talked about that earlier. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, Donald Curry was cool until he got to the nigga from the UK came over here and he let the British are coming, the British are coming. People talk about Floyd Mayweather ain't that great of a welterweight. Okay, who the fuck he beat? Marquez wasn't a true welterweight. Ricky Hatton just came up for 140. He fought Baltimore and Zab at 140. Marquez, I said he won at 140. Shane Mosley, he came off a good win versus Berto, so he got getting booked. Cotto had beat him and Zab Judah at 40. So I think him and Cotto and Mosley was on pay-per-view. That was a good fight. I like to go back and watch that. I remember that one. So yeah, I mean Floyd had a better 154 career than me. De La Hoya's where money was born, and his best win above 140 pounds, just thinking off top of us, Canelo Alvarez. That might be one of his greatest victories. And my favorite Floyd fight was the Cotto fight after he beat De La Hoya. His best victories came above 147. Yeah, Algeria missed a fucking weight. A fucking nutritionist missed weight. How did that happen? A nutritionist missed weight. Corrales was best. Floyd best. No, I don't know. I prefer the Cotto fight because it was more competitive. But if he fought Corrales at 35, but it was Corrales' fault. He came back down like an idiot. Tevin Farmer versus JoJo Diaz. JoJo Diaz. I'd be pulling for Tevin Farmer though. I would. JoJo Diaz got a lot of respect for me for backing Shakir Stevenson this weekend, but I'll be pulling for Tevin Farmer. But I like JoJo. JoJo can fight, and he got what he moved up 4 pounds to. My money would be on JoJo. Mojo JoJo. Powerpuff Girls. Baltimore was the last undisputed champ at 47. Was it 40? Wasn't it 40? Wasn't that 40 Lawrence Williams? Or am I tripping? Wasn't that 40? Oh yeah, I'm doing that. I'm doing that video next. I say that for last. Curtis Anderson. Yeah, buddy, I might go to that one, especially if it's in Atlantic City or New York City. I'm going to that one. Hopefully, they got some niggas on the undercard. Oh, they got some niggas on the undercard. I might have to sit. I might have to go out there and sit with the brothers. I ain't trying to sit next to the motherfucking Ukrainians and shit. Like, what these niggas doing? It was 47. I was like, even. Shows was welterweight. Yup. Well, I thought that was at 140 pounds. In my mind, I thought that was at 140. I'm fucking tripping. That was at 47. Floyd took 3 of his titles, or 2, whatever it was. Yep, it was welterweight. So yeah, he did move up after beating Arturo Gotti. That's fucked. I forgot that shit. I forgot that shit. I don't know. On my mind, I thought that was a junior welterweight. Yeah, he had the International Boxing Association. The International. The fuck is that? The IBA. I don't know what the fuck that title was. What the fuck is the International Boxing Association World Title? What the fuck was that? Oh, the IBO. They got this bitch worded different. I didn't know what the fuck that bitch was. Matter of fact, no, that's the IBO. What the fuck am I reading then? The IBA? The motherfuckers fought for the IBA, the IBO, and the WBC. That's crazy. Sure, that was already shot by the time Floyd got up there. I can't wait till that Perturbian goes. I'm gonna do a video next on that. This nigga stupid. The IBA. Yeah, that bill had a short lifespan. No, Baltimore was never undisputed because of sanctioning fees, but I'll give it to him honor. His honor, Zab was technically the last undisputed. Yeah, he beat Corey Spinks. That was a St. Louis. Thurman seems to be a good bet. Plus 115, so $100 get you 115. Baltimore beat Zab for the undisputed, but he couldn't pay the sanctioning fees to the IBF and the WBA, and only kept the WBC. Remember, Zab kept the IBF defended versus Floyd after his loss to Baltimore. That shit crazy. He fighting for his life. Little child sexual situation. JoJo should have swung gun Farmer since he ran up so aggressive. Oh, you know, Sweet Pea Farmer would have slipped a shot. Sweet Pea Farmer. Roy had the IBA and the IBC title. Damn. I forgot. The IBA fucked me up. I said the IBA. I said I had to read that shit. Like the IBA. I don't remember that motherfucker. Motherfucker, Sweet Pea Farmer. What y'all talking about? He said he this generation Sweet Pea. I mean, honestly, if people say Baltimore was the last undisputed, I'm okay with that. Yeah, he fighting for his life. Well, yeah. Sweet Pea Farmer. Did he say he fight like Sweet Pea? He said Farmer was looking like Sweet Pea on Redkach. Holly 313. Then Broner about to be looking like Pernell, Sweet Pea, Money, Pretty Boy, whatever Roy Jones' nickname was, Mr. I forgot, Farmer. That motherfucker, Broner better look like all them niggas in one. And Broner lose to Reddick, man. I'm gonna sure you be like, man, Tevin Farmer, man, go. Fighters used to defend the IBA belt on Tuesday night fights. That shit crazy. Tony Yoka just fought last. What's that? Yeah, he fought Sunday, or was it this morning? One or two. I just know that nigga missed more drug testing. He had a parole officer. That nigga be in jail. That nigga would have been like Master P, and I got the hook up too. Master P, he be piss clean. Tevin Sweet Pea Farmer. That's what I'm calling him. I'm about to tag him on Twitter. Like, change your name to Sweet Pea Farmer, nigga. I'm about to geek his ass up. Sweet Pea Farmer. DeMarco looks strong in there though. That was a good ass fight. I wasn't even meaning to watch that DeMarco and James fight, but it was so good in the first round. He said Curry quit on this stool versus Honey Gun. Man, I pick Tevin Farmer to beat Tank if he don't beat Reddick, bro. DeMarco's AB best win. DeMarco fought. He beat John Molina in like 10 seconds, and he also lost to Edwin Valero. I seen that one. I seen both of them. He after Molina, he fought before he fought Molina. After Molina, he fought Broner. But before he fought Molina, he had defeated Jorge Linares. He stopped him. But Peter Quillen said around that time he seen Adrien Broner beat the shit out of Jorge Linares in the gym at the Wild Card gym. He said this is Farmer on the 6 fight. Yeah, he active. He probably getting 500,000 every time he going out. Farmer done proed up on his own. Farmer done proed up on. I ain't mad at the hustle. Farmer done made about shit. What do you make about 3 million off the zone this year? He trying to run the check up to about 4 or 5 this year on the zone. Fight nobody. He didn't became a who wants to be a millionaire by fighting nobody. Farmer done proed up. He definitely got more bank than Tank. He definitely got more bank than Tank. His Tank owed Mayweather money on the back end. Broner beat Molina. That was years down the line, though. He beat Molina. Molina was I won't say he was a shot fighter, but I remember Molina knocked out Mickey Bay in the 23rd hour. That was Floyd Senior fought though. Nobody want to talk about that. He also knocked out Henry Lundy. Yeah, I understand that bitch ass nigga. He said, "I'll see you in person. I'm gonna smack you." Do so, nigga. You want to get on the stool to slap me? And he talked all that shit on the internet. I'm gonna stump that little ass nigga. You seen J Rock and Farmer say J Rock versus Hurd and Tevin versus Tank on Showtime pay-per-view. Paid to stay alive, believe. They ain't say that shit like they ain't say when they say that shit, say that. Because they said Tank was gonna go pay-per-view and Tevin Farmer deal up with his own. Low key, that's something I go to, bro. That whole card to be lit. That whole card to be outrageous, bro. That shit that'd be the best decision you ever made to go to that fight. Please send me to. I don't see that. What they said that he said it's on J Rock Instagram. He said it was gonna call Al to make the co-man Billy versus DME. Well, they taking the L that night. I got Tank. They taking the L that night. The DMV at least going home 1-1. I'm trying to see who Jared Hurd training with now. I'm trying to see who Jared Hurd training with now. He left Ernesto. I knew that when Ernesto did that interview with Laugh at First, I knew it was over with. You heard Eddie. I don't know how Al keep his fighters under the table. That's how drunk Spence told Charles on the mic. Oh, stupid. Al haven't put too many events at the Barclays. They got to deal with the Barclays Center. They got to have so many fights at the Barclays. That's why you don't see no fights at Madison Square Garden. They got an exclusive deal with the Barclays Center. That's why. I ain't mad. I like going to Brooklyn. Brooklyn dope. You know what I'm saying? You know, you ain't gotta walk far. You got downtown Brooklyn. You got all the little food spots and the train station right across there. It's straight. You know. Only bad thing about going to a fight in New York is that it closed at 2 in the morning. Everything closed at 2 in the morning. That's the thing about Vegas. What you say? You get out of a fight at Vegas. What? I ain't never been to Vegas for a fight. You get out at Pier. You go to fight Vegas 1 o'clock in the morning. So what? Here Eastern. That's about what 11. So you get out and fight at Vegas. You can go get something to eat. You can hit the club. You can hit the titty bar. Shit, by the time 6 o'clock in the morning roll around, you can get back on your plane, go to sleep, do it again. That's the thing about Vegas, though. That's why Vegas get all the best fights, because Vegas don't close. Don't shit close in Vegas. I wouldn't mind that shit. You go on the East Coast, man, that fight at 12 o'clock, shit. You got about 2 hours to get to the 50-50 club. It's probably going to take you about a minute to get there. You probably going to have about an hour 30 at the most. Spit some game. Plus, you're going to want some food afterwards or during you in the club. You're going to have about an hour to pull you a chick out the club, and then that's it. And they be doing that shit on like Shakir Stevenson fight, then ends like what, 12:30, 1 in the morning? Like the fuck? These niggas fight on the East Coast. Vegas, you leave the fucking MGM. Used to be Caesar's Palace back in the day. You leave the MGM, shit, you go get you something to eat. You know what I'm saying? Get you something to eat, you can hit the club. She get the club, you get the titty bar. And if you don't bring nothing home, then you can hit the escort page. Some of you niggas that do that, you know what I'm saying? He said Shakir Caesar fight was crazy. The energy come to Newark. Yeah, but wait till that other nigga come up. Khalil Cole, when he turned pro. They gonna bring New York back. We need a fucking Arturo Gotti, Bernard Hopkins, or Kelly Pavlik figure Midwest to East. He said we have after party. Yeah, they need that energy back there because Tony Harrison beat Charlo. If he can't get a fight in Detroit, he can fight in Jersey. That's what all the Midwest fighters was fighting after a while. Because Pavlik, he made a home in Jersey. I know he fought he might have fought Bernard there. Don't quote me on, but I know he fought Martinez there. Clarissa Shields already fought there before. Tony Harrison, if they don't get no fight in Detroit, if he get past Charlo, he need to fight there. I don't think Jermaine Franklin got a big future, but who else the fuck you got? You have Shakur, then Khalil Cole. He the #1 amateur in the world. Yeah, Jersey gonna be crazy. The energy because they got the new Hard Rock, the Boardwalk, and then now the Prudential Center. So yeah, Jersey can to help some fighters from the Midwest. Jersey can have crazy energy. Jersey, the Barclays, and Madison Square Garden. I had never been to Jersey for a fight, but Madison Square Garden and Brooklyn got two completely different feels to it. They do. Shit, all of them got different feels to it. You know, you go to Manhattan, it's a different feel. It just feel different. Brooklyn don't look like Brooklyn they said did back in the day. Did Shakir sell out the Prudential Center? It will pack. I ain't sure if he sold it out. And someone like David Benavidez fought at the Mayweather gym, they would kick him out. Why? Why they got all walks of life in there? They only stay open for like 3 hours. That's right. Don't nothing close in Vegas. We should be calling a city that never sleeps. New York don't sleep neither, nigga. For real. I was staying in the suburbs one time in New York, some suburb I was staying in. Motherfuckers arguing and honk, cussing each other out. But yeah, Vegas, yeah, I gotta hit a fight up for Vegas. I was going to that Tony and Charlo. I almost bought my ticket. And they canceled that shit. I'm like, damn. Put the money back up. The Mirage was dope in Vegas back in the day. That's what Holyfield fought Buster. Caesar Palace used to be that spot. Then MGM took over, and then they got the T-Mobile. Where you going Where you going to be for the Charlo Harrison rematch? That's gonna be the funniest night for somebody. It depends where they have the fight. If it's in Vegas, I definitely try to make my way down there. I wanted to go to 5 fights this year, but I ain't find 5 fights that was worthy. I was going to Charlo and Harrison. I was gonna meet Tom down there, but they ended up canceling it. They canceled it right before I booked my flight, my hotel. And I would have go to Pacquiao Thurman, but he got some family. He had to make a family emergency trip, so I ain't going to that shit. But other than that, I probably look to go to. I like going to New York. It's a quick flight. I'm on and off the plane. If Tank and Tevin fight, and Tank Tevin and J Rock and Herb fight, they anywhere in the East Coast, DMV, Philly, New York. I go to that. I want to go to LA for the Regis fight and Taylor if it's in LA. That nigga Khalil Cole is nice. He turned pro. I think he might sweep those Eastern European heavyweights. Yeah, he beat that Cuban that had lost for a long time. Top rank setup was dope for a live fights. Comey and Beltran was live nice. Yeah, they got real good setup. I heard a few guys that they got press credentials for them. They like it. Yep, they set up a little bit better than the PBC because he would have beat everyone up in the same with the club oxygen. He can't protect their cranium. Well, don't forget Caleb Plant was in that gym too not too long ago. He just moved. The best arena where Old Master Square Garden and the Blue Horizon. I don't know what the Blue Horizon was, but the new Master Square Garden arena, that shit is big as fuck. That shit big as hell. They got the small room in there. They got the big room in there. When I went the Saturday Patrick weekend a couple years ago for Triple G Danny, the night before they had Mick Conlon pro debut in the small room, and then they had a hockey game going. That shit was crazy. Madison Square Garden do got that he do got that. He got that feel because once you get out at night, the whole little city lit up right there. And then when it get warmer, they got the little food stand set up and shit. It's a different type of vibe. It is. It was in Philly. All right. Tony Carissa could Cole Hale can do at least 10K a little season. Good. They do more than 10K. Cause I think Andre Darrell, he fought Abraham. I was there that night. It was about 10,000 people. I remember it was a lot of people there for that fight. I went to that shit. We need more fights at the Forum out here in Cali. The Forum. Ain't nobody feel like coming all the way out there. We can't afford. Well, it ain't that cheap. It ain't that expensive in Southern California. That's a long way to be going. But Vegas still on the same time zone. Vegas different. What time y'all close club? Y'all clubs closed in Valley. Y'all niggas be in Cali. Y'all be game banging though. I don't want to see no damn Jalen Love get beat up no more. He need to retire. He said you heard of a heavyweight white boy from Philly, Sonny Canto. I think he like 3-0, 3 knockouts. Yeah, I know. I ain't heard of him. I heard of the Damian Rock guy. Big fella. He was on the counter punch. Yeah, I gotta look out him. Sonny Canto. Philly used to be had a reputation for really tough fighters. Danny Garcia was tough in the beginning. Danny Garcia probably got the best. He got the most proven jaw at 147. The day Danny Garcia get knocked out, the day he need to retire. I don't know who Danny Garcia fighting next. Either Mikey or I don't know. They'll find somewhat lightweight for him to fight. He probably gonna rematch Keith Thurman next year. Watch what I tell you. He definitely gonna rematch Sean Porter if he beat Earl Spence. You can tell Earl Spence had the best amateur background out of the PPC guys. Boots coming. Yeah, by the time Boots come up, all them niggas be gone. Except for maybe Crawford might be there. In the summertime out here, shit be open 24 hours. Summer's oh shit. Y'all niggas be bust down, thought y'all be crip walking and shit. Danny versus Keith early 20. You mean early 2020? Then Keith and Spence in July. Hell no. Keith Thurman ain't fighting that close together. He fought Josito Lopez in January. Only reason he came back so quick because of Manny Pacquiao. Pacquiao. That motherfucker Thurman ain't. He gonna fight. His first fight gonna be July 2020. He's gonna be a WBA mandatory. And then he gonna fight December 2020. He said Danny kills Boots. I ain't sure about that. Right now, yeah, he got way more professional fights than him. But Boots got a hell. Boots foot movement to give Danny hell. But Danny too strong right now. He too experienced. Mitchell called me and said Keith Thurman never gonna fight Earl. He said EJ man, because I'm ducking him. I said this nigga he's doing the most. Manny, I'm so happy to be here. Manny Pacquiao. He was so terrible versus Broner, bro. I watched that shit yesterday. Garcia gonna fight David Adrien next, I bet. Yeah, he out there somewhere. Shit, fuck it. Josh Kelly versus Danny Garcia. Danny needs to do a show in Philly. Yeah, he do. Kevin Farmer did one and somebody else did one in Philly. Top Rank got a show in Philly. Brian Jennings fought old boy. They and I think Jesse Hart was on there as well. I know Dogbo was on there. That's when he got the title from Jesse. But Danny showed up to that fight. Thurman will be back in 3 months if Pacquiao wants a rematch back. I think he'll be back tomorrow. Who's been inactive for a year? He losing momentum because he got promotional issues. Something to do with Bob Arum and Cameron Duncan. Josh Kelly a pussy ducker. What y'all want? Who he duck? Because the nigga just turned pro last year, didn't he? Josh Kelly was saying he could beat the the welterweight champs. Then just got his ass whooped by his defense. I heard Ray Robinson put it on him. He beat Engus too. Ray Robinson beat Terrence Crawford in the amateur championship. He said Terrence Crawford family tried to jump him afterwards. He's having a feeling when Spence beat Porter, the fight with Danny would happen afterwards, probably early 2020. That should be funny as hell. He getting all the fights when they overdue. We want to see him fight Danny last year at least. Danny have an opportunity to beat. That's a perfect stop for Danny Garcia. He have an opportunity to hit Errol Spence. But if he do get stopped, I think that might be the guy to do it. Is Earl. Nah, Broner ain't gonna fight Keith. What Thurman say like 3-4 years ago? He said, if I knock on that door, Thurman won't answer. Yeah, Kelly not ducking, just a hype job. Y'all missed him on the H8 undercard. He lost really. Yeah, versus Ray Robinson. Ray Robinson got 2 bad decisions after he lost to Yugas. He was too busy playing Uno. Niggas in there doing bones or dominoes or something. Yeah, let me get off here. Might give me some water. I don't know. My mouth feels dry as hell. How long we stay on today? We see. Damn, 109 minutes. That ain't too shabby. But all right, yeah, I got some more videos I drop before I go to bed. Man, my neck hurting like a motherfucker. I ain't gonna lie. Broner and Keith pressure would be funny as hell. Broner done, man. That nigga done. He might lose to Redkach. He probably will fight that nigga Broner later. This nigga barking.